What happened here?
Hey, we had to vacate the lab.
Indeed, you seem to have garnered Fury's wrath towards us!
Yeah, why do we always need to pay for your fights?
Now, we're in this together.
Hang tight while we circle back for you.
In the meantime, help us get our information grid back online. See those?
So I said earlier that messing with the switches inside the sawmill actually sets up a later puzzle, and this is the puzzle I was talking about. This time we need to mess with all 3 satellite switches until all the lights over here turn green. It's a very simple puzzle. It's simply about rotating the satellites the correct amount of times. We do have quite a few monsters chasing us, but they're so easily avoided that I screw around with them a bit, just to demonstrate how much of a non-threat they are, really. I do a lot of digging around in this level, but I also managed to pick up the last part we need to get our upgraded shotgun, and when we get the upgraded shotgun, we'll actually start using the shotgun, because, well, it's useful. More useful than our melee combat, actually. The game tends to immensely favor ranged weaponry as you pick up more weapon pieces, and there's almost no reason to use your melee when you have adequate ranged weaponry. Even the final melee move you unlock, which is completely overpowered in close-range combat, isn't as useful as using ranged weaponry, because ranged weaponry is simply more versatile. The final melee upgrade may make you functionally invincible and deal a lot of damage, but you can just kill everything much quicker using your shotgun. There's very little incentive to bother with DJ's scythe late in the game. I forgot how much I completely dicked around with these enemies. I really run around the entire level jumping over them.
That did it. Now get the heck out of there.
Okay? We heard a huge crash. Yeah, my ears are ringing. Looks like there's another mine shaft under the sawmill.
Oh, so you can remember we were in a mine shaft before, but you can't remember more important plot elements. I see how it is. So this level, like the last one, is fairly short, but it does introduce us to a few new enemy types that are kind of fun. Our first new enemy type is an enemy spawner, and this will be a mainstay throughout the rest of the game. The types of enemies it spawns varies greatly. This time the enemy type is that same one we saw in the sawmill. They're big pushovers, basically. I can't tell the difference between them and the teddy bears. And while we would normally deal with them using our melee weaponry, since we have our upgraded shotgun, which deals so much damage, there's no reason to get that close to them. And up here is another new enemy type. This tree fires grenade-like shots similar to the spider robots that we saw at the llama farms and the government facility. It fires them a lot more frequently and it's a lot more dangerous, but we can just run past this one, thankfully.
We're over here.
The brakes, Stigmartha! Use the brakes!
I didn't know Stigmartha could drive.
She can't!
Watch out for that! Oh.
I basically take every opportunity in this level to show off how useful our shotgun is. We just point in the very general direction of something we want dead and then squeeze the trigger and it dies. You're seeing how quickly I'm absolutely destroying all of our opposition. Even that tree enemy that I made a big deal out of was dead in seconds. And flying enemies are easily the best enemy to take out with the shotgun. They move around really quickly, but they're no match for the shotgun's spread. So unless you're absolutely out of shotgun ammo, I can't think of a good reason to resort to melee combat at this point in the game. The shotgun is just such an incredibly powerful weapon, and we're going to be using it thoroughly through the rest of the game. The upgraded twin pistols, of course, are good too. Not nearly as destructive, but I suppose if you want to keep a distance, that's what it's for. And this is around the point in the game where my playstyle changes significantly. If you were collecting the weapon upgrades earlier, you would always be relying on guns this much, I imagine, but there's no denying that guns are overpowered in this game compared to your melee weaponry. That's just how it goes. We need to destroy a certain number of these enemy spawners to proceed, but with our brand new shotgun, the enemy spawners die in just a couple of shots. And there are plentiful ammo crates around. Absolute cakewalk, literally not even a challenge. Let's get out of here. These saws are doing more damage to me than the enemies.
Hurry up before Fury's forces come back! We need to figure out our next move!
What the hell was all that about?
The biocide didn't have the desired effect.
Really?
It hurt her. Not enough. We need something stronger than biocide.
Who could make something like that?
Damn, that was a BO.
We have an idea.
We need to get to the mall for supplies.